All right, are you guys ready for some Wampa on Wampa action? We're back with the finals of the second week. And before we go on to our current match, let's take a quick look at the last match. So I faced my opponent Revenator for the second time. I scored 1906. And just to give you an update, my opponent wasn't able to clear me and got only 1531. Um, the Bounty Hunter team was taken out pretty easily. The Nest team had 4 holes. At the back, both these teams were one shot. I think he used his own General Skywalker and Darth Revan team to mirror. At the back, these teams were one shot as well. The Wampa surprisingly got 3 holes under Vader. And at the back over here, he had multiple attempts against my JTR and my Grievous, but wasn't able to clear it. So, pretty straightforward match. Let's go over to our current matchup, Dark V54 from the guild Dark Side of Jedi Star. Good roster, really really solid player, and let me show you what they've done so far against my defense. So they were able to one shot all my teams so far. My Darth Revan as well as my General Skywalker team both were one shot. They got 151 points against my General Skywalker, so I'm thinking that might have been a mirror. Darth Revan also could have been a mirror. And then these teams were one shot as well. The Django Nest team as well as Newt, which was interesting to see. And at the back, I decided to keep my Watt with my Grievous team, and even that was one shot. So I'm thinking it probably took Padme against that, or a Jedi Knight Revan as well. I think these two teams were probably used against these two teams at the back over here. Jedi Knight Revan for one, Padme for the other. So all the teams have been one shot with about a 55 banner efficiency so far. And currently they haven't touched my teams at the back down below, but they're relatively easy teams, so I don't anticipate them holding. The card team will definitely be one shot. I'm hoping that the JTR team has at least one hold, given that it's all droids. It's got a good tank, got a good healer, and decent damage. So I'm hoping that he might have exhausted all of his good teams and struggles a little bit on this. But I think my opponent right now is just waiting for me to go before they decide to go ahead with that. I think they're trying to get me to make mistakes so that they know exactly what they can afford to take those teams out. So let's take a quick look at what they've set on defense. They've kept their Karth with Wampa, and they've kept General Grievous with Watt and BB-8. Typically, you see only one of them in there, Watt or BB-8, but there's both of them in there, and it's an R7 General Grievous with relict separatist droids as well. So let's think about what we want to take there. And down below, they've kept 1,000 lead and Geos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up top first and clear off this section, and then go down below after we see what's at the back. Now the Karth team is relatively weak. The Karth is only a G11, and the Wampa is a G12, but no Zeta and a speed set. Only 28k health, not much speed, not much critical damage at all, 150%, and only 3,400 physical offense. So that's not a Wampa. Let me show you what a real Wampa looks like. So this is my pride and joy. This guy, I've got a critical damage set and a tenacity set on him. About 120k effective health and protection. Speed is still low because he relies mostly on turn meter gains from his teammates and assists. Critical damage to 16%, 107% tenacity. This is for the times when you want him to solo, and about 8,453 physical damage. So let's go ahead and use the Wampa against that. But you do need a supporting cast around the Wampa. So I decided to take my Kira, Wander, Chewie, Han, and Stormtrooper Han. Stormtrooper Han is a rebel, so against the assisting Wampa, the opponent's Wampa, that might be a little bit of an issue, but I'm not that worried. My Stormtrooper Han has got tons of protection, and he's got 90k protection, plus he's got a Zeta, so he's going to be recovering protection through that, and he's going to be recovering protection through Kira's lead, plus young Han can give him back protection as well, and Vandor helps reduce the enemy damage. So I'm not sure, I'm not that worried about it. Plus there's no dispel on the enemy, so I think Stormtrooper Han should be able to do a decent job. Alright, let's go ahead and take this team in. and see what happens. So I'm going to call my Wampa to assist against Mission, and then taunt with Han, and then get the retribution out here, and then I'm just going to use a basic for now, and then days. So my whole team went first. The good thing about this team is that tons of AoEs out here. So if my Wampa wasn't dazed, he would have been assisting quite a lot. But I think now we can go ahead and let's go ahead and use this ability out here and get Mission out of the way. There. So not much damage being done against Han. These dots are actually healing him. But once we need a cleanse actually, because once the let's call the Wampa to assist out here and get rid of Zalbar. Okay, so yeah, the dots barely did anything to Han. I thought that he would what do you say? I thought that he would lose a lot of health, but he ended up not doing that. Let's keep going after this. Do a roar from the Wampa. Keep going after Mission. Yep, Wampa is barely tickling Stormtrooper Han, so he's a great tank for that reason. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's see if we can't take out who's got maximum turn meter. Let's do this. Let's give this to Han. Yeah, he's barely tickling him, so Wampa is not much of an issue. Let's get rid of Wampa. 95k, and everyone is at full health and protection, which is great. And this should finish him off. Yep. So 60 banners. So that's what I wanted, not to use a meta team against that and end with 60 banners. So that ended up being good. Now let's think about this Grievous squad. So I think that this is significantly weaker than the traditional Grievous squad with only Watt or only BB-8. And the reason for that is without Magna Guard in there, the other tanks are not, the other droids are not going to be stealthed, and Grievous is not going to get the extra defense as well. Watt is going to end up giving the taunting tech to B2 since he's a tank, so I can directly attack B2 without even wasting a mark. B2 doesn't have Magna to hide behind. Plus, the effective speed is less for these guys because there are 4 droids over here instead of 5. So the initial speed turn meter boost that BB-8 gives will be lesser than if all 5 were droids. So my Jedi Knight Revan is actually going to go before Grievous instead of going after Grievous if all 5 were droids. Because not all of them are droids, BB-8 also is not going to taunt, which is another nuisance factor when BB-8 is in there. He only taunts when all allies are droids. But once I get rid of Watt, which I'm going to do initially, BB-8 is then going to end up taunting. So let's go ahead and see. I mean, I'm thinking it'll be easier, but I might just have to eat my words if I lose this battle. But let me go in with the Basti lead against this, and take out Watt first. Because all I need to do is make sure my Jolie survives. So these guys are going to go first. There we go. Okay. I'm going to take out Watt first because I don't want the weapon stack to go out. And because that's going to prevent revives. Let's do as much damage to Watt as we can and try to take him out. So there, this is the first time that Grievous went, and it coincided with Watt's turn. So that ended up being good because I ended up not saving a Grievous. I ended up getting a Grievous turn free basically. Okay, so now BB-8 is taunting. So we need to do what we can against him. We have to wait for the mark to come around. Let's heal up a little bit. Revan is down. Let's do this. No, why did I do that? Let's get Revan back. Okay, so let's continue working on B2. Let's get rid of the healing immunity and wait for Mark to come back out. I think there's no other choice but oh, damn. Okay. So we are still waiting out here for the revive to come about. I'm going to give this to Jolie so that he can survive a little bit more. I'm going to use a basic and then wait for Jolie to revive both Bastilla as well as General Jedi Knight Revan. Right, let's do that. Let's keep working on B2. This is actually proving to be a problematic team. Maybe I should have used Revan lead for the extra offense. Basic. Survive as much as we can. Basic. I should have used Revan lead. Let's call Yoda. Give him a little health and protection. Let's try to get this guy down, avoiding BB-8 at all costs. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. So I lost the battle. So this actually did prove to be a pretty tricky team. So kudos to my opponent. Pretty good team. Managed to get one win against it. So now I need to see what I want to take against this team out here. What I'll do is probably get rid of these two teams and then see what I want to take up top. So against the bugs, I'm going to use my Treya and try to get a one shot. Pass this over to Nihilus and then start working on them. I have a couple of tanks over there as insurance. I'll get the AoE out so that they start targeting Scion. Get the taunt up. And now we should be in a decent position. Okay, let's get rid of Poggle. So he got rid of my Scion. Then let's just get rid of the others. So low banners, but I think we'll just about manage a victory. 51 banners. All right, we need to make up on banners now, especially because we have one loss. I think I'm going to take my Padme against the Nightsisters and call it that, just because it's 1,000 lead. There's plenty of plague. Okay, good thing is the dispel is done, so I can go ahead and use my protection up. Okay, let's do the basic. Let's try to get 1,000 down. Okay, let's do that. And let's work on Spirit. And let's do an AoE. This should take care of both 1,000 and Spirit. Let's actually do it on Daka. Okay, now we need to get Daka down. They don't gain as much turn meter. Let's do this. Okay, here we've got the buff immunity. Let's try to get Daka down as soon as we can. Almost. Okay, Daka is down. Let's get her down. I'm losing a lot of health and protection. This plague which is landing out there, I need a cleanse from Padme as soon as I can. Okay, let's do this. There we go. A lot of assisting from the grave, but that really shouldn't matter for Padme lead. Alright, so this is done. 58 banners. Let's see what's at the back, and then we can decide what we want to take to clean up Grievous. So there is a JTR team and a Newt team, which is interesting. Okay. I'm sure there's going to be a Sith trio on top over here, Treya, because my opponent, I've checked his history, usually likes to keep Sith trio on defense, but may have changed it up this time. It's interesting to see JTR out here, but let's see what we have to take against the rest of the teams. We have our CLS, which is good. We're going to save that for the back. We have our crew team, which is good as well. We have our Geos, which might do decently against JTR and Newt. We've got our EP team, and then we've got some randoms out here. Okay, so what do we want to use to clean up on Grievous? They are going to go first, and Grievous will have tons of damage. What do we want to use against Grievous? Something survivable. We definitely need Thrawn for the fracture. We might even need our CLS squad, I think, to clean that up. I think Basti lead may have been a mistake. Jedi Knight Revan lead has so much more protection, recovery, and protection and offense that maybe that would have worked better out here. But now that we are in this situation, let's see what we want to do. We do want to take out. Maybe I should have taken out BB-8 as well while I was there. But we need a tough team now to take that out. Grievous is going to do an AoE and one-shot anything that I take. And I don't have anything solid left. So we may just have to use our CLS against it. Yeah, this is unfortunate. But I don't think we have anything else left to take it out. Let's get rid of B2 Super Battle Droid. AoE, reduce some turn meter. Let's pass this over to Han. Let's keep working on these guys. Okay, so that guy is down. but I don't think I had anything else which could have taken out the Grievous team. So only 32 banners, and my opponent has got a 55 banner average. Not yet up to 10 of these teams yet. Okay, so Kira, Nest, and Bounty Hunters. Okay, what do we have for these guys? We need to maximize our banners and get at least 60 on each of these. So all of these are tough teams, relatively tough teams. We've got no choice but to use troopers on the bounty hunters, I think, because bounty hunters are 284. So I think we'll have to go in with our troopers over there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think the troopers are the only option that we have on the bounty hunters. I think my Stark is faster than his Bosk. So I'm gonna dispel this, and then gonna start targeting Zam because she's the weakest. Okay, now let's go after Boba. Let's actually apply Death Mark over here and get rid of Boss so that we don't have any problems. And then let's get rid of Boba again. Recover some protection, get rid of him. Reduce turn meter. And this should do the job. Okay, 60 banners. So G11, G10 troopers did the job. Now let's see what else we can use to take it out. We've got exactly 3 decent teams, and we need to use the right squads against these guys. Good thing is that the JTR squad doesn't have BB-8, so they're not going to go first. So these are the 3 squads that we have, and we need to make sure that we get 60 banners in each of these matches to make up for the one loss that we had. And I think it should be possible. Against the new team, I think I want to take Geos against that. They do the best against Newt. And I've got EP, and I have let's see, EP and Crew. How fast are these guys? Not very fast. I think I'm going to go first in either case. EP and Crew. So who can take these guys out? I think Crew can probably take the Nest team. I'll have to avoid AoEs because L3 is in there. Yep, Crew can probably take the Nest team. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should use EP out here. Yeah, I think I might use EP over there because Thrawn, the extra fracture, is going to do good. And over here I can take Crew against JTR. Yeah, there's going to be tons of expose on the board, and there's going to be C3PO. But confuse is not a good thing to have on Crew. So anyway, let's do the Geo battle first. Get rid of that, and then let's see what we want to take against the others. Okay, they're going to go off first. Hide everyone but the tank, and let's cleanse the burning and go after Magna and finish him off. Let's save the cleanse for now. Finish this guy off. I want to land a big hit on Dooku and finish him, and then target Droideka and get him out. Okay, now Newt. Get rid of him once. So damage immunity is out from Django. So let's get rid of Newt first. And let's work on Django now. Let's dispel all the debuffs. And now we can take care of, I think this should be 60. Yeah, 60. Okay, so that was the desired outcome. Now, do we take crew against this team or the team up top? I think I like the double turn stun for crew over here. These guys are not fast, so I can go ahead and stun them. Let's use a crew team against that and avoid all AoEs and do only single target attacks. And I think Nest should be taken care of with that. Let's get rid of. Let's actually pass this over to crew again so that he can stun Nest. And now let's work on Vandor. Big hit. Mass assist. And this should take care of Vandor. Alright, so now Nest has gone under stealth because of Lando, so we'll have to, let's keep using our basic. We'll have to do what we can to get stun round back again. Okay, so we stun over here, and let's cleanse everyone, which is going to be dispel all debuffs. Dispel all buffs from the enemies. Okay, let's dispel the debuffs from Kylo and work on this guy. Okay, let's see if we can't get another stun on Nest. There we go. Okay, now we need to build up our offense and keep Nest under stun. Okay, may not end with full banners over here. Stun. Okay, let's I don't know if he'll be able to land much stuns, but let's at least try to see if he can't generate enough offense to get rid of this guy. Healing immunity, which is good. Let's build up some offense on Fox. Tenacity down, so stun should land now. Okay, let's keep taunting. Let's give this over to Kylo. Stun this guy again. Give some turn meter. Keep building up offense, and then at the right time we'll have to make our move against Nest. 2 minutes. Let's see if this one does the job. Building up more offense. Keep the stun, keep the taunt on. Let's build up some health and protection. Give it to him. Build more offense. Let's stun again. Okay, build up more offense. Just got a minute left to wait for Nest to come out of stealth, out of stun, and then we should be good. I think she has to take a turn before So let's not stun her anymore. Let's wait till she comes out of her turn. 40 seconds there. Let's give this to big hit. This is not working. This also might need a cleanup. Alright, this is going to be problematic. Alright, so this is going to be a cleanup, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and we've got a few things to clean up Nest. Let's go ahead and take out this team. Yeah, these guys should be enough to control and kill them. I think we've got enough for a Nest cleanup. We've got Savage IPD. Okay, let's who do we want to fracture? Let's actually pass a turn meter over to Basti so that she can get some fear. And let's start working on these guys one by one. Okay. And some stuns. Let's fracture Ray. She's doing a lot of damage out there. Shock, ability block, and this should hit everyone. Shock again. Let's apply that. Let's give this to alright. Let's do this. Keep going. Let's land another fracture out there. And let's see if we can't get rid of her. Stuns on everyone. Excellent. Alright. So everyone else is hiding except for R2, so we just need to take care of him. The new Finn really didn't do anything much. Who do we want to recover protection on? Let's do it on this guy. I don't think we'll be able to recover any more protection, so let's just finish this battle. Yeah, we're not going to recover more protection. Okay, 58. Now, we just need to clean that up. So, unfortunately, we've got 2 losses, so I don't know if we'll be able to win this. My opponent is going to more than comfortably win, probably. But let's do what we can against this Nest. Let's take out the Nest with what we have. We're going to need to control her. And I'll need a Savage. I'll probably go with the Jin lead. Let's see. Sith, Rebel, Jedi, Rebel. Yep. So let's go with the Jin lead. Let's get in Savage and IPD. And then we need a few people to control her. Biston is really good from that point of view. So let's see if we can get Biston in. Where's Biston? Let's get Biston in. Who else do we want to get in? Where's our bounty hunters? Greedo. Greedo is also pretty good in terms of removing turn meter. Does Greedo have a stun? No, I think he doesn't have a stun. But he does reduce turn meter. Cat does stun. But yeah, let's go in with this one. See if this does the job. Let's put some thermals. These guys are not getting turn meter because of the days. So I'm not sure if this is going to work. Let's reduce some more turn meter. Nope, she's gone. Okay, so IPD is primed. Let's do a basic. I don't know if this is going to blow him up. Not yet, but Savage is able to do the job. Okay, so the combination of IPD and Savage just managed to get this thing done. But very poor banners, 30 banners. So 1849, that's not going to be enough because my opponent 1586. Let's do some quick math. All right, so I did some math and it looks like my opponent just needs to clear this zone, and I'm assuming might get about 60 banners on the team at the top, the card team, in which case they need only 23 banners against the JTR squad to win. So even if they take more than 2 battles, as long as they get more than 23 banners, they will win. So it's as long as they clear, and I think my opponent is going to win. It's not going to be much of an issue. But I'll they haven't gone yet, so I'll give you guys an update a little later in the comments section about how this team went and how many points my opponent ended up getting. I'm hoping that they're out of teams and this JTR team throws them for a loop. It is going to be fast and it's going to go first. So and they've got tons of damage and protection recovery. So my only hope is if this team holds. Otherwise, I'm probably going to lose this match. Ended up being quite inefficient out here. 2 battles on the Nest. Everything else was 1 shot over here, and 2 battles on Grievous, which was another tactical error. But kudos to my opponent, really well set teams. Threw me for a loop, made me think. So pretty exciting match. Happy to face teams like this. Made me really think about stretching my roster. Alright, so I will give you guys an update in the comments section after my opponent has had a chance to go, so that you know exactly what the final outcome of the match is. Thanks for joining in. Talk to you guys later.